We all come from like different backgrounds and what we know, understanding that not everyone might have the same experience, not have the same educational background.
Education in the K-12 system, we're shielded from a lot of the realities of the history of this country. To be in an interracial environment and to learn these things together and be uncomfortable is the best way.
Really, I have no recollection of anything about civil rights or equal rights, no teaching of it in the school system.
I wanted to have an opportunity to be lightly guided through the process while still being able to take enough ownership to be able to look into areas that, again, I just didn't know.
Well, I think a lot of people think interracial education just means putting a whole bunch of people of different races in the same classroom. But I think for that to work, you really have to acknowledge and teach them like kind of the cultural significance or like the historical significance of why you are all together. But also, I think interracial education needs to be intentional. Making sure that you are acknowledging that people are coming from different backgrounds, different perspectives, and incorporating that into whatever lesson that you're supposed to be teaching.
So if students and faculty just keep just one trip at a time feeding this information into themselves and just keep saying yes to the call, change has to come.
I feel like this trip is just the beginning on this journey, but I feel like I have guidance now and I can prioritize this work.
Just coming with people who were African Americans, visiting these locations was powerful for them in different ways. I just would not have been impacted the same way if I just looked up on the internet. One of the things that we're really striving to do is to build the diversity not only in our students but also our faculty and staff, and recognizing how important it is to have a community where people feel home and they feel they belong and they feel safe.
Because it's only when we sort of open ourselves up to those more difficult thoughts, those more difficult reflections, those more difficult connections, that we can truly start to make progress in terms of how we relate to each other. And that's transformative for, regardless whether we're thinking just about our workspace, or whether we're thinking about our relationships with the student community at Berea College, whether we're talking about broader societal context and what we can bring to that as individuals and as a college. The more of us who are tooled up in this way, it's only for the benefit of Berea College as a whole to bring us forward to where the college needs to go.